I got a new camera. So, you may be wondering, what happened? Why am I not shooting on this camera again? And the reason is that this camera battery does not hold a charge anymore. A little story about how I got this camera. I found this camera, I think, in the basement somewhere. Why do I always find my cameras in the basement? I have no idea. But, anyways, I found this camera. This is my sister's old camera she used in 8th grade when she did some photography stuff. And I found it, and I asked her if I could use it, and she said yeah. So I ended up using this. This is my camera that I've been using for portraits, photography in high school, anything really. This is my camera, my go-to digital camera. I use it all the time. I took some of my favorite shots. I'll put some photos up of stuff I've taken on this camera. It's one of my favorite cameras. I'm gonna miss it. This is one of my favorite digital cameras that I've used. I borrowed someone else's camera that was pretty amazing too. But thank you, Ed, if you're watching. But yeah, this is my camera, and unfortunately, the battery died. It won't hold a charge anymore. A lot of people have been telling me that I should get a new battery because I can order one on Amazon, but I'm not getting a new battery just because I have the opportunity to upgrade this camera. We'll get into that in a minute, but yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate that this camera is not working. My EOS Rebel T2i. Although, if you are into, if you want to start photography or get a beginner camera, the Rebel is a fantastic one. You may not be able to get a T2 now, but you might get a T7, which is basically the same thing but a little bit better. And I think those have 24 megapixels, and this shoots on a 16 megapixel sensor. And so, yeah, if you are wanting a camera, like a great camera for beginner photography, lenses are really affordable, body is affordable, you can actually get filters, which I've done before. Check out a T7. Really great camera for beginners. I absolutely love it. But I'm also not a beginner anymore. I've been shooting photos for nearly 5 years, and I think it's about time to upgrade. It's a bit different this time, though. So, you might be wondering, what is in this bag? Well, I bought a new camera. Yeah, and we'll do a little bit of an unboxing for you. So, yeah, let me get set up, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, so this will be a little bit weird of a setup, but you can probably tell, you can see my hands. Hopefully this will work. I might have to show us on the camera because this might also not work, but we'll see. Let's open up the bag. So, let's see what you got. You guys are probably very much interested in what I actually purchased. So, we have got brand new. I don't know if you can tell by that, but we got the X-Half, the Fujifilm X-Half. I think this camera is the greatest king of point-and-shoot cameras. It's kind of weird to get an actual point and shoot, but yeah. So on the box it shows Fujifilm. You got the little bit of a description of the camera on the side. And I got it in charcoal black, which we will see. I wanted to get it in silver, but I couldn't get one in time. So we got it in charcoal black. But anyways, yeah. So let's open up the box. Alright, first look. And there's labels. Open up again, and we have, it looks like a little bit of manufacturing information. Then we have the beautiful Fujifilm registering your product thing. I don't know what this is. Yeah, so you got, if you open it up, you got product services, and then you could do some sort of Fujifilm special services and quick starter guides. And then the warranty, which I don't think there is a warranty on this camera. But, yeah, so there's some pretty cool stuff to see there. Yeah, if you're interested, I guess it's kind of like information. But I think we're about to open up into the camera, which I'm very excited. And there it is. Wow, it is smaller than I expected. Wow. Okay. Let me grab some objects for comparison. So let's start off before we even get to the camera. Let's start off with some of the accessories. I know everyone gets excited. So it looks like we have some sort of hand strap of some sort, which, not gonna lie, I will never use. So I'm gonna throw that back there. I will never use that. Then looks like we got over here, we got the battery, which is pretty small. The camera doesn't weigh a whole lot, so we got the nice little battery. It's very nicely done. It's all metal. This battery is all plastic. This one, it's all plastic. So it's a very nice battery. Very nice. I like it. Bring that up there because I don't want to lose that. What else have we got in there? Sorry, I haven't seen anything in here. Looks like we got a USB-C to AUX port adapter. This camera, I believe, shoots video, but not the best for it. But yeah, you have an AUX to USB-C adapter. That's pretty cool. You know, that's also really good for is the newer phones. If you have a newer phone, this is probably your keep, although you wouldn't want to spend that much. We got one more thing down there. We got what looks like some accessory clips. So it looks like we got some sort of panel. I think this is for the film wind knob. So we got some sort of panel here. We got some sort of triangle thing, which I think is for a camera strap. We got this little thing, which I have no idea what this is for. I think it's for another strap. And we got some pads. And I think it's just all extra accessories and stuff. Anyways, now let's open up the actual camera. So, and oh, it is nice quality. I will say, despite its very, 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 very small size. I mean, it is tiny. This camera is tiny. But let's open it up. And there's the camera. Wow. That is so okay. For reference, here's 120 film, a normal stock 120 film. It is the same size, the same height as 120 film. Oh my gosh. And here is a normal average everyday pen, right? Look at that. That is the same exact size as any average pen. Or like half of a pen. That's crazy. This is so small. Before we get into the camera, I think there's more in the box. So we're going to put this little camera off to the side. Okay, so we'll take the box. I don't think there's really anything left in it, so we're just going to throw it back there. That was loud. Hopefully the neighbors don't care. Okay, so let's talk through the camera. First of all, we have a very small lens cap, it looks like. This camera is very tiny, as I mentioned. It is very small. But we have a lens cap, and if we remove it, you got the beautiful lens that goes from f2.8 all the way up to 11, which is pretty good for a general all-around. One of the beauty of this camera is that you can change the aperture. With most point-and-shoot cameras, you can't change the aperture as easily as this one. So yeah, so you can change the aperture. It is on the lens, as all Fujifilm ones, they are all on the lens there. I will probably remove this lens cap, but anyways, on top here you have the beautiful X half says over here, and then over here is this exposure dial. I've been always curious about this with Fujifilm cameras. I don't know why they have exposure dials this way, but so yeah. Then with the craziest, coolest part about this is the film wind knob, which I absolutely love. I think this is what makes this camera one of the greatest for point and shoot, is the film wind knob, because it mimics an actual film camera, which we will go into that very, very shortly. On the back of the camera, you have a, I believe, yeah, viewfinder. Dang, I cannot think of that. We have a viewfinder. The viewfinder, I believe, is a rangefinder, as you can tell. So it's view from here, from the back of here to the front of here. I'm very curious to see how that would focus. I don't know if this is a rangefinder lens. I can look into that. On the back here, we also have a hot shoe, which is beautiful to have. I love hot shoes. And then you have this little knob, this little like screen here. This screen is used for the film simulations. All Fujifilms have built-in film simulations, so this is where you can see where that is. And then this is also a little screen. This is a X half. So basically the half is you take a full frame. Basically you take a full frame film. I could probably give you an example. You take a full frame film, kind of like this, or I guess you can go this way. Kind of like this, and then you cut it in half. You basically have it full frame, and then you would cut it in half like this way. Kind of hard to see, but basically you would cut the film in half. So that's basically what it's called, half framing, where you have a different aspect ratio. It's all vertical resolution or vertical setups, but I feel like if you just were to rotate it like this, you would still get a horizontal one. I don't know. I want to try that out. Anyways, so on the back you have the still versus movie. I believe the still is for photography, movies for videography. This camera's not built for video. I'm not going to use it for video. It's going to be used for photography. And then I have playbacks, obviously. So yeah, let's see if this thing has some juice. Sometimes they do. And then on the bottom, of course, you have the battery, which honestly, this camera is very much well built. This is all like, it almost feels like steel. There's the hot shoe mount. Probably won't be using that, but this thing is very much well built. Oh, on the side here, before we get to the battery, which we should probably get to the battery eventually, but on the back here you have the flash and no flash switch, which obviously I'm not going to be using flash. I never use flash. And then on the back here, this is your charger, which is USB-C, which is very nice. My vlog camera that I'm recording on only uses micro USB, so it's kind of a struggle to get charging sometimes. But yeah, let's go see if this battery has some juice and we can start her up, you know? Okay, so what do we got here? Oh, and on the back here, you also have the SD card. They share a housing, so they have a little graphic there. So it has the battery and it has the SD card. So let's put the battery in. So, okay. Let's see if it will start up. I don't know how I would be able to show it on camera. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's got some battery in it. Okay, so as you can tell, it has the screen that says OK and all that, and then this is where you choose your selector English. Oh, okay, so this screen is a touch screen. So let me figure out how to set this up. So this screen's a touch screen, and this screen's a touch screen. And I think these are both LCDs. So they're very nice. Very, very, very nice. Oh, the wind knob pulls out. I just realized that the wind knob pulls out. You can tell. Oh, it's hard to see. You can tell the wind knob pulls out. Okay. So here's the famous thing. The film camera mode. It will give you a little bit of a graphic. Play through. Pretty cool. So as you can tell, this side turns to like film stocks almost. Kind of looks like these kind of film stocks. So yeah, we're gonna hit okay. There we go. There's the X half, and I think if you rotate this way, yeah, it does become more portrait. So, and yeah, there is no card in the camera, so there you go. Dang, sorry. Sweet. I don't know why this arm just stays out. Oh, you can lock it back in. Okay, that's good. That's good. And it opens up when you close it, and then you can lock back in. Sweet. Okay, awesome. So, this is the new camera I got. The Fujifilm X half. Obviously, I think I'm going to take off this little string. It's honestly, it's a very small camera. I did not expect it to be literally fitting in my hand. Like I said, a pen for comparison, it's about, size of a pen. Here's the crazy part. It's like the size of 120 film. Like, that's crazy. Let's run through the specs real quick. So here I am on B&H. They give you the greatest specs for all of this. So this camera is a 17.74 megapixel camera. The sensor is about 1 inch tight sensor with a CMOS sensor. All Fujifilm cameras are crop sensors, but they use this aspect ratio conversion that makes it more full frame, more crop and all that. So, yep. The focal length, there is no image stabilization, which is totally fine with me. I don't really use it too much. I think it's more video focused. Although if you're trying to set up on a tripod and stuff, you're fine. Focal length is about 10.8 millimeters, which is equivalent to a 35 or 32 millimeter lens, which is a perfect wide angle lens. The aperture, the maximum is a 2.8 and the minimum is an f11. The ISO, you kind of get all geeky with this, but the ISO can go from 200 to 12,800. And here's some of the stuff, the key specs for video. The video is, like I said, probably not the greatest to use. It's there, but it's probably not the greatest. Yep, you have a single memory card slot with a 2 terabyte maximum. I don't have any of those, but you have a 2.4 inch touch screen for LCD. And yeah, so this camera is very compact. Here are the dimensions if you're interested in what the dimensions are. And it weighs only, with the battery, 24 grams, 240 grams, or 8.5 ounces, which is very light. It's so light. I mean, this camera is so light, and I can literally just bring it and put it in my bag. So it's, honestly, it works really well. And yeah, so if you want to kind of learn more, the shutter speed of this can go 1/2000 to 15 minutes in manual mode, which will be great for long exposures. It's just got a lot of stuff going for it. The aspect ratio is the biggest thing, being a 3:4. Usually aspect ratios are a 4 and then a 3. This is a 3 and then it's a 3 and then a 4. So it's vertical more than horizontal. And yeah, so I'll just scroll through this a little bit. I'll link it down below if you are interested in what all the description is. But so basically, this camera is probably one of the greatest point and shoot cameras. It's got a film wind knob. It's perfect for those who want to use Instagram and stuff. You can have it as the vertical resolution. It's very lightweight, very compact, perfect for good shots. This is probably not the greatest for somewhat of what I'm doing. I just realized there's a cable release like holder up there. That's pretty cool. But anyways, this camera is probably not the greatest for, I would say, I think more of, I want to say portraits, which it probably is true. But honestly, I can't really get one of the other ones quite yet. I will eventually, but for right now, this is what's going to have to do. It works really well. I think what we're going to be using it on. And yeah, I'm very excited to shoot on this camera. I will be sure to give you guys some updates on this camera and how it's been going, how well it is. It is very tiny. But yeah, please consider subscribing if you're interested in more photography content. I've been doing a lot of shorts on like teaching and educating on what different aspects of, photography is with the aperture, ISO, shutter speed. So if you are interested in that kind of stuff, please consider subscribing. Comment down below. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about the XF? What questions do you have for the XF? I would love to answer your questions, although I'm pretty sure some other content creators, since this camera's already been out for a while, I'm pretty sure some other content creators out there have some really good answers for you as well. So yeah, if you have any questions, please write them down below, or have any other video ideas, let me know, and I'll see you guys in a later video.